Hello and thank you for joining me for this race, and what a beauty of a race it is.
The star of this race is the OG of hot hatches, the Golf GTI Mark I. A fun car that still has a huge following among young and old people alike. Volkswagen are currently producing their 8th generation of GTI. This car has a modest inline 4-cylinder engine producing 127 bhp driving the front axles. The car is a lightweight at 790 pounds. This fantastic livery is made by Odin 75X. This race is part of Forza's spec series. This race is held at Road America, East Route. A fun short track with just 2 long straights, 2 short straights and 4 corners. Sounds simple, but this track catches many drivers out. So away we go off the line and already someone is ghosted. I had a pretty good launch and I'm already gaining positions. Picking up speed as we approach the first corner. However, I made a mistake straight away on the first corner and became a squirrel sandwich. I put my hands up and I feel that I was in the wrong. I should have given space and backed off. Let me know in the comments section what your opinion on that situation is. Luckily that contact wasn't too drastic. So on with the race we go. Onto the second corner and one driver brakes too late or deliberately and makes contact with the car in front. Along the back straight we go. Throttle to the maximum. These cars are not super fast and have good brakes. However, you can have a different entry speed depending on if you had a good exit on the previous corner or if you have been drafting behind another car along the straight. So braking distances can change and it's easy to underbrake. As I approach the third corner, you can see a few ghosted cars. There's definitely been some contact between drivers. Cars are all over the track and on the grass. Onto the last corner and I go wide and accidentally make contact with another car while exiting the corner. Just a little nudge, so no penalty, and they haven't lost any time. Along the start-finish straight and I am trying to stay within the slipstream of the car in front to hopefully catch up. These cars are not the most aerodynamic. They are quite square and boxy cars. So it needs all the slipstream it can get to pick up a good speed. I'm trying to use as much of the track as possible, but also trying to stay within the lines of the track limits. With this car you don't need to brake too hard, otherwise it can unbalance the car and I'll lose a lot of time in the corners. I really need to try to be as smooth as possible with my braking and steering inputs to try to keep the momentum of the car going. Up ahead 2 cars have gone onto the grass and for some reason the ghosting system didn't kick in. I moved over to the right as I see them still not ghosted and coming back onto the track. Both cars go right over to the right and I have to quickly move over to the left. The car in front doesn't seem too happy about being overtaken and comes and gives me a little touch. I think maybe they were lonely and just needed some contact any way possible. Braking quite hard as I come into the third corner. One car misjudges their braking zone and ends up in the wall. And then we pass through a ghosted car in the middle of the track. Onto the straight, coming up alongside Chris. I had a better exit than Chris and am slowly overtaking and pulling in front. Trying to get behind the car in front to get some slipstream. Coming up to the first corner, braking steady, and then I get dive-bombed by Chris. Now personally I feel they did that intentionally. Just felt like they tried to use me as their brake and push me off the track. Luckily it wasn't too bad of an impact and the Forza stewards give Chris a half-a-second penalty. Here is a view from the replay. Maybe they did brake late by mistake, not I feel that was deliberate. Let me know in your thoughts in the comments section. Onto the second corner and I was a little annoyed, so I decided to dive bomb them back to get in front. I did get a half-a-second penalty, which is fair enough. However, my contact did cause them to lose some time and my exit speed around this corner is much faster than theirs. And along the back straight we go. Full throttle as I head towards the third corner, trying to catch up to the car ahead. getting in position for the next braking zone and corner. Clipping the inside apex as I go round. Definitely could have gone wider on this corner, but it wasn't too bad. Maybe a little too tight on this corner as I clip the curb and get the car on two wheels a little. Up the straight we go, slowly catching up to the cars in front. Again trying to get behind and hopefully use the slipstream to get up behind the car in front. Slowly catching up as we come to the first corner. Trying to apply the brakes smoothly so I don't unbalance the car. Around the second corner without any drama. Still inching closer to the cars in front as I come onto the back straight. Already I've moved up 10 positions in this race, and that is a big win in itself, but the race isn't over and on we go. Fingers crossed I can get in front of the two cars ahead of me. Onto the third corner and I brake a little late and get closer to the car in front. No contact was made. Then I noticed the opportunity to squeeze myself behind one of the cars in front and get alongside the other car to try to prevent them from getting into the slipstream. Up the hill and along the straight we go as the car in front moves over to the left, giving the car beside me the slipstream advantage. As we go past the start-finish line and slowly losing speed on my opponents to fall out behind both cars. Both of these drivers feel like they have a pretty good skill rating and are pretty good with their cars. Exiting the second corner still behind the two cars in front, hoping to get closer and get past them. Full throttle again along the straight, still using the slipstream. Coming up to the braking zone of the third corner. I try to brake as little as possible to catch up and keep the momentum of the car going. I managed to get closer as we come to the last corner. A little bit of contact as we go round, but just a little paint swapping as we head up the hill and along the start-finish straight. I lost a little time and momentum as we exited the last corner. I was feeling a little frustrated because I felt I just couldn't seem to catch up and get in front. As we come to the first corner of lap 5, we are pretty much in a line and I'm just sticking to the back bumper of BKF up in front. Again trying to brake smoothly and keep up the momentum around turn 2. Now BKF defends the race line and really I should have slowed down more as I ended up hitting the rear end of the car in front. I just didn't want to slow down and lose any time or momentum. No penalty gained and somehow I managed to get a good exit speed on that corner and we end up side by side. BKF gives me a little of their paint for reasons unknown as we go along the straight. I was worried they'd try to keep pushing over to the right, but they didn't. Small amounts of contact being made as we head into the third corner. I backed off because I could feel a crush coming on and I'd rather back off a little rather than lose all the positions I've made. Again, I was feeling frustrated because I felt BKF was playing mind games and trying to use bully tactics to get me to back off. It did work on this occasion because I don't want to lose any positions as I am up 10 places as it is. Along the straight we go coming up to the last lap. I At this point I'm not sure if I can catch up or make a move on the cars in front, but I am happy with the position I am in. I had to brake quite hard here to avoid any contact with the BKF in front. Onto the straight and I'm close behind BKF again. Slowly pulling beside the cars in front. I must have kept better momentum on that last corner than these two did, as we end up 3 abreast heading into the second from last corner. As you can see, I am slowly edging in front of the other 2 cars, but this could end badly as we head into the second to last corner. Small taps of contact being made. Holding my breath for this corner, playing it on 12. And well, Jeebus must have been listening, because one car goes wide and onto the grass while another seems to slow too much. I make it past the corner fine and somehow in front of the 2 drivers I've been chasing the last 2 laps. Up on 2 wheels as I go round the final corner and along the finish straight to the line. And there we have it. Finished in 4th place and moved up 12 places. Very happy with that result and only a tiny half a second penalty. Thank you all for joining me with this race today. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did racing. Take care and hopefully see you in the next video.